Topic 1. Tech and AI chips dominate markets. Strong results and upbeat guidance from Micron and Qualcomm sparked a huge rally, hundreds of billions in market value, fueling AI infrastructure investment and investor optimism while calming earlier jitters. Micron and Qualcomm posted stronger than expected results and guidance reflecting surging AI infrastructure demand. Micron's customers committed about $22 billion in supply deals. Its stock jumped roughly 12 to 18% in after-hours and pre-market trading, and its market cap briefly topped $1.398 trillion amid huge YTD gains. Qualcomm said data center chip revenue could reach $15 billion by 2029. Together, the company's optimism reinforced confidence in an AI-related investment cycle. The rally spread across memory and storage names: Western Digital, SanDisk, Seagate, equipment makers, ASML, Applied Materials, and the PHLX Semiconductor Index. DRAM-focused Roundhill ETF drew large inflows and spawned a 2x leveraged RAM product, raising the prospect of amplified swings from daily rebalancing. Options and volatility rose sharply. Implied volatility for names like Micron reached very high levels, e.g. IV 111%, and analysts warn that valuations, inflation, PCE prints, or Fed moves could reverse gains even as AI demand supports prices and supply chain winners. Topic 2. The White House requested $87.6 billion in supplemental Iran-related spending. Tanker traffic through Hormuz resumed, but Iran warned against new routes, and U.S. officials said Iran's ability to close the strait had been diminished. The administration formally asked Congress for $87.6 billion in supplemental funding for Iran-related needs, including roughly $21 billion for defense, munitions, industrial base, $10 billion for agricultural support, $1.4 billion for Ebola response, $768 million for Energy Department security, $500 million for Washington recovery, and $1 billion for Penn Station repairs. Congressional approval is required, and Democrats opposed war-related funds while some Republicans face political pressure ahead of elections. Passage through the Strait of Hormuz partially resumed as about 20 tankers carrying roughly 35 million barrels left after being stuck for more than 3 months, raising daily flows toward 4.8 million barrels per day, still below the pre-conflict 15 million bpd. The IMO coordinated crew evacuations and downgraded threat levels, which helped push oil prices down and lifted travel and airline stocks. Iran's IRGC warned that new transit routes set without Tehran's agreement are unacceptable and dangerous, demanding prior notice for designated channels and threatening action for violations, while U.S. officials argued recent protections and a 60-day passage agreement have diminished Iran's ability to close the strait, though long-term governance and fee arrangements after 60 days remain uncertain. Topic 3. Apple is raising MacBook, iPad prices by as much as $500 amid chip shortages. Apple announced widespread price increases for MacBooks and iPads, with hikes up to about $500, roughly 15 to 25%, attributed to soaring high-bandwidth memory and storage costs driven by massive AI data center expansion. CEO Tim Cook likened the shock to a once-in-100 years flood. Representative examples include MacBook Neo entry from $599 to $699, many MacBook Pro Air models hundreds of dollars higher, 14-inch Pro $1,699, $1,999, 16-inch $2,499, $2,999, top 16-inch up to $999, iPad Pro 11-inch $999, and mainstream iPad 3 iPad $49,449, iPad mini $499, $599, and price rises for HomePod, HomePod mini, and Vision Pro. iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods prices were unchanged. Apple shares fell about 4 to 5% after the announcement. The company signaled more price pressure or premium product launches are possible if costs persist. Supply shortages may last months, and memory suppliers such as Micron are among the beneficiaries of higher component prices. Topic 4. Deadly quakes have battered an already collapsing Venezuelan economy. Consecutive magnitude 7.2 and 7.5 earthquakes struck